Imagine being a criminal so dangerous that society doesn't even bother sending you to a normal prison anymore. Instead, they give you something far worse. A black leather suit tightly strapped across your entire body, filled with explosives that can detonate at any moment. And then they give you a mission that sounds almost impossible. You must travel into a forbidden wasteland known as the Ghostland, rescue a girl who disappeared inside it, and bring her back alive. But there is one condition that changes everything. You only have a limited amount of time. And if you fail, the suit will detonate. Not just kill you, but erase you completely. No escape. No second chance. No mercy. And the worst part is that the suit doesn't just threaten death, it controls you. Every movement tightens it. Every hesitation reminds you that time is not on your side. You are not just being sent on a mission, you are being forced into obedience through fear. And the more you resist, the more the system reminds you that your life is no longer yours. This is the punishment given to a violent criminal named Hero after a failed bank robbery throws him into the hands of a powerful and mysterious figure known as the Governor. A man who doesn't just believe in law and order, but in absolute control over human behavior. But what makes the Governor even more disturbing is not just his power, it's his belief that people must be broken before they can be corrected. He doesn't see criminals as people to be punished, he sees them as materials to be reshaped. Hero wakes up restrained in a cold facility, disoriented and confused, only to discover the horrifying truth about his situation. He is not a prisoner in a cell. He is a walking bomb. Every movement he makes is tracked, every step he takes is monitored, every second of his life is now owned by someone else, and his only way to survive is to obey. Even breathing feels like a controlled action, as if the system is watching how much resistance still exists inside him. The Governor delivers the mission with calm precision, almost like he is assigning a routine task rather than sending someone into a death zone. A young girl named Bernice has gone missing inside the Ghostland, a place so dangerous that even criminals fear it. It is a wasteland cut off from the rest of the world, a region where reality itself feels broken, unstable, and unpredictable. Hero's task is simple in theory but impossible in reality. Find her, bring her back, and do it before the timer runs out. Because if he doesn't, he dies. But there is something unspoken behind the mission. The Governor is not just testing Hero's ability to survive. He is testing obedience under pressure. He wants to see whether a man like Hero, violent, unpredictable, uncontrollable, can still be shaped into something useful. With no choice left, Hero is released from captivity and sent toward the Ghostland. But the moment he crosses into it, everything changes instantly, like stepping into another version of reality that was never meant to be entered. The world outside the city disappears behind him, and what remains is something that feels like a broken memory of civilization. Abandoned buildings stand like hollow skeletons, as if life was stripped out of them long ago. Empty streets stretch endlessly under a sky that feels unnatural, almost artificial. The wind doesn't feel like wind, it feels like something passing through a place that no longer belongs to the real world. Silence dominates everything, but it is not peaceful silence, it is heavy, suffocating, and alive in its own way, as if the environment itself is aware of him. The deeper he moves into the Ghostland, the more he realizes this place does not behave like a normal environment. Time feels unstable, as if it forgets how to move forward. People behave strangely, not like survivors but like fragments of something that used to be human. Some appear frozen in repetitive actions as if trapped in loops they cannot escape, repeating the same movement without awareness. Others react in ways that feel disconnected from reality, almost like they are performing roles instead of living lives, as if their identities have been partially erased. And Hero begins to understand something terrifying. The Ghostland does not just kill people, it breaks their minds first, then leaves what remains to continue existing without purpose. As he continues deeper into this wasteland, he finally locates Bernice. But she is not what he expected at all. She is not a helpless victim waiting to be rescued. She is calm, composed, and emotionally distant, almost as if she has accepted something Hero does not yet understand about this place. Her behavior is not fear, it is familiarity. When he tells her she needs to come back with him, she refuses immediately. She doesn't trust him, she doesn't fear him, and most importantly, she doesn't believe she needs saving. Instead, she begins to reveal fragments of truth about the Ghostland that slowly shift everything Hero thought he knew. This place is not just an abandoned wasteland. It is controlled, structured, almost like a psychological system designed to shape human behavior over time. A place where environment, memory, and identity begin to merge into something unstable. And at the center of it all is the Governor, the man who sent Hero here. But Bernice suggests something darker. The Governor may not be protecting the city, he may be controlling it. And even worse, the Ghostland itself may not be a natural wasteland at all, but part of a larger experiment designed to erase identity and rebuild obedience from nothing. As Hiro struggles to process this, reality around him starts to feel less stable. The deeper they travel together through the Ghostland, the more disturbing patterns begin to appear. People repeat actions in unnatural cycles, as if trapped inside invisible loops. Conversations feel scripted, like they have been spoken before. Certain events seem to replay with slight variations, as if the environment itself is stuck in repetition rather than progression. Even Hiro, a man known for violence and instinct, begins to question his own perception of reality. And that is something he has never done before. Is he truly on a mission to rescue someone? Or is he simply another piece in a larger system he cannot see or understand? And throughout all of this, the explosive suit never stops counting down. Ticking closer, second by second. A constant reminder that no matter what he discovers, he is still trapped inside a timeline that cannot be stopped. As they move deeper into the Ghostland, they encounter groups of survivors and outcasts who have adapted to this broken world in different ways. Some believe the Ghostland is a punishment system created by the governor to erase identity and control behavior. Others believe it is something even worse, a place where human consciousness is slowly rewritten until individuality disappears completely. There are even whispers that some people inside the Ghostland have forgotten who they were entirely, becoming permanent residents of the system, unable to distinguish reality from control, unable to remember what freedom even felt like. Hiro, who once relied only on violence and instinct, is forced to adapt because in the Ghostland, strength alone is not enough. Understanding the system becomes the only way to survive it. Slowly, something begins to change within him. He is no longer just reacting. He is thinking, questioning, resisting. And that shift marks the beginning of something dangerous. Because awareness inside a controlled system is the first step toward rebellion. And rebellion is something the system was built to eliminate. Meanwhile, Bernice's role in all of this becomes even more complicated. She is not simply a missing girl. She is deeply connected to the governor's personal vision of control, a symbol within his system, a piece of a larger psychological design meant to maintain order. But her disappearance was not random. It was not an accident, it was a choice. A quiet rebellion against the system that created her identity, a refusal to remain just another part of the design. And now everything Hiro thought this mission was about begins to collapse. It is no longer about rescue. It is no longer about survival. It is about truth. As the final moments approach, the pressure reaches its peak. The explosive suit is nearing its limit. The Ghostland itself feels like it is breaking apart under the weight of its own instability. And the governor's influence begins to tighten around everything, as if trying to regain control before everything is exposed. It becomes clear that this mission was never just about Bernice. It was about testing control, obedience, and whether even the most violent minds can be shaped into tools that follow orders without question. Hiro is forced into a final decision. He can complete the mission and return Bernice, or he can uncover the truth behind the Ghostland and risk everything he has left. But in this world, there is no clean outcome, no perfect ending, only consequences that cannot be undone. The final confrontation erupts into chaos as truth and control collide. Everything that was hidden begins to surface at once. The system fractures, alliances break, reality itself feels like it is collapsing under pressure. And in the middle of it all, Hiro is no longer just fighting for survival. He is fighting to understand what survival even means inside a place designed not just to kill people, but to erase who they are. In the end, nothing is fully explained. There are no clear answers, no simple resolution, no clean victory. The Ghostland does not end. It lingers. Fragments remain, questions remain, uncertainty remains. And that is exactly what makes it terrifying. Because in a place like this, escape is never guaranteed. It only changes form. And sometimes, the worst prisons are the ones you cannot see. And that's the story of Prisoners of the Ghostland, a world where control replaces freedom, reality bends into patterns, and survival becomes something far more psychological than physical. But here's the question that really matters. If you were trapped in a system like this, where everything you see might be controlled and every decision might already be part of a plan, would you still fight for the truth even if it destroyed you? Or would you accept the system and simply survive inside it? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you enjoy cinematic movie recaps like this one, make sure you subscribe to Allsam for more deep, story-driven breakdowns every week. Because the next story won't just be strange, it might break reality even further than this one.